And then, of course, every year when I go to CES, I have people saying I should be using a hands-free mic versus the stick mic. And every year I have to talk about why I decide to go with that stick microphone. So as you heard a minute ago, the cardioid head on here really does a much better job of isolating the sound than a lavalier mic would. The lavalier would probably work, but you would hear a lot more noise, and it might be harder to discern my voice coming out of it. So what's nice about having this mic is that I know it works, and when I turn it on and start talking, generally things are good. And then if I happen to run into somebody I want to interview, we don't have to reconfigure the camera to get some other microphone into the mix. Now, one thing that I've been looking at, and some people have brought this to my attention, is something called a countryman microphone, which are used in similar situations where you've got very noisy environments and want isolated audio. I am researching to see if this microphone will be compatible with my Sennheiser transmitters like this one, because I'd want to continue using the AVX system with it. It does look like it's compatible with some other Sennheiser transmitters. I'm not sure if it does, though, work with the one that I have. So I wrote to them. I haven't heard back yet, but hope to. And I might experiment with one of these at one of those Pepcom shows that I go to in New York, because those are equally noisy. And I would like to have my hands a little bit more free, which would be nice. And then, of course, I could pair this microphone up with my other Sennheiser receiver. So if we did want to have a quick interview, I could just stick the microphone in somebody's face and have an interview with them on the fly there. So I'm going to look into this and see. I don't know how these sound compared to the much larger pickup that this mic has. So I'd love to hear any feedback from all of you as to whether or not this is a good direction to take. The microphone that I'm looking at here, I believe this is their E6. Costs about $330, give or take, which is not bad, and something I'd be willing to spend if it would make the coverage look a little bit better. But if you go and look at what some other channels are doing at CES, many folks are using a handheld mic similar to this one, given the noise levels that they encounter. I did see that Linus Tech Tips did not have a mic either on his body or in his hand, but he also had somebody with a boom mic in addition to his camera person doing stuff. So maybe as the channel grows and we can bring more staff to Vegas, we'll pursue some of this stuff. It is expensive to cover the show, which is why we're so grateful to have a sponsor for it, because you've got to pay the Vegas hotel rates during CES, and they escalate very quickly. So the first night there, the night before CES, was about $100 and something, and then it went up to $400 the first day of the show. That was one night, just to give you an example of what it costs to get there, not counting all the food and all the other escalating prices that you encounter while you're at the show. So my Q&A for you this week is about that Countryman mic or any other hands-free mics that you think might work well in that environment. I don't want to have a huge headset on or anything like that while I'm walking around, so I like the form factor of the Countryman. It's very inconspicuous, if you will. And again, I don't mind using the stick mic, but I know it bothers a lot of people, but there is a good reason as to why I use it. And to be honest with you, it's amazing how well these mics work at isolating sound. But if I can find a hands-free solution, I am all for it. So let's have a discussion down in the comments below.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold level supporters Chris Allegretta, the Four Guys with Quarters podcast, Tom Albrecht, and Kalyan Kumar. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to Lon.TV/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit Lon.TV/s.